wanted to say about combat. Crix, you're saying we are so used to 64 gigs and higher memory usage that it's tough to limit it to 32. Yeah, like it's... If only Morrowind knew how to use all the cores of my processor. That would be lovely. I know to some extent Open Morrowind does, but not really. Yes, the thing about combat, and that's really really important, is the fact that you already know that you have 1, 2, 3 different types to attack in vanilla. If you move sideways, you do a slash attack. If you move forward or backwards, you do a thrust attack. And if you're just standing, you do a chop attack. And this is important because some weapons do different types of damage. Now with 4 NM, on top of that, there is the movement is going to either forward increase your crit, sideways increase your dodge, backwards it does something else. Standing still does nothing. And I was really confused. I was like, yeah, I know, but if I have a spear, with a spear my best attack is thrust. So essentially, I can only do a forward attack with the spear. Anything else is pointless. Like the damage with the spear when you go sideways is like, what the point? And Axe actually explained to me that the type of attack you do is controlled by the direction you move when you click on your mouse to attack. However, after you've done that, so I do forward click to do a thrust attack. After I've done that, like milliseconds I've done that, I can move sideways and I will do a forward attack while moving sideways, which is then increasing my dodge. I still need to practice with that. That's what, like, in combat, you see me, I'm sort of like moving in a chaotic manner. That is me trying to get a feel of how I can do a particular type of attack, thrust, slash, or chop, while going in a different direction. And I did not even realize that once you've done direction plus attack, your type of attack is already decided, and then you can still move in another direction. I had never realized that. So the combat in 4NM, I think, is the closest thing you can get to Dark Souls sort of combat. Especially with the perks where using dodge is going to be particularly good if you have a perk that reduces your consumption of stamina, or so many of them I'm not even, aware of all of them. So there's a lot to it. Like really, really there's a lot to it. Personally, so far, my favorite combat mode is still Morrowind Enhanced, where if you do a chop thrust with a short blade, you're going to do a special combo and reduce their stamina. Or if you do a chop with an axe, you're going to make them bleed a little more. Like I prefer that, especially because I have the feedback when with Morrowind with Combat Enhanced, old mod with a third-party program. No, I don't think anyone uses that anymore, frankly. But when you use that, when you successfully do a combo, because I was very careful to do a slash chop slash attack, I get the little sound that my enemy is hurt more, and I get the subtitles added by another mod. So I really like that. Like I was trying to do something and I get confirmation that I did it. With 4NM, that's what I'm missing. Like I'm trying to do things, I would like it to tell me that I get a crit because I was doing a thrust attack or whatever it was. It also has combo, that's right. If you keep moving in different directions, then you get combo points, and that increases your attack. I think it fortifies the attack. So basically, at the very least, even if you're not aware of everything that's going on, at the very least, keep moving. That's the most important thing, keep moving. Also, yes, the combo is interesting because it's for attacks that connects. It doesn't have 100% hit chance. So combos are actually quite special. So there's a lot. The dev explained it in the manual, never mind just saying, yeah. You know, if players read the manuals, you know what, with old games, you know, when you actually bought the box with, you know, the CD, but before that the cartridge, like reading the manual. I remember reading the manual of all the Master System games that we played. Not that many, but like reading the manuals cover to cover. There's a crit sound, then I have to learn to identify it. But still, I need more feedback so I understand what's going on. It could be just me, okay? Like, it's not like I'm a super player. Far, far from it. You can get sick from animals. Yes, I know about this one. Blood or scarlet plague. Fortunately, a long forgotten ailment. That's the one that goes with the leech in Mournhold, the scarlet plague, isn't it? Deadly unless, of course, you start treatment on time. The symptoms at first. Okay, so it tells me about the symptoms of each disease. You're not lucky enough to strange unless I were to treat with ordinary healing magic. And I already have. Interesting. Okay, heal yourself as soon as possible. It's okay now. I have cure disease, I have cure curse, and I have restore health. So hopefully I'm okay with all these diseases. She can make special arrows to defeat infected creatures. I created a unique technique engine arrows with healing magic. This may seem strange, but it can be still effective. I will sell you a batch of arrows for 1,000. Okay, bye. 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 I'll come back if and when I have the money. What else does she have? I need to know about. There's all the diseases. Shield potion. Okay, she does have all the information about the diseases. Fortunately, I have already got the spells to cure myself. Disease resistance, I need that, but like constant. I don't even know. I don't have enough alchemy to know how much is restored with that potion. That's how clueless I am about alchemy. The Crimson Plague, right? I've read Master of Orion 2 and Civilization manuals cover to cover a couple of times. And that's quite a bit to read there. Civilization, all of them, or the first one? I don't know if you remember times when war games on PC were popular and these extensive manuals with 100 pages that came along. But that's the different things, like you could buy the guide. Morrowind comes in with the, now when you buy the GOG version, you have the whole manual as well. It's been forever since I read that. Maybe I should read it again, because there's so many things, like if you don't actively use them, you forget about them. I should read that again. With the description of the races and the skills and the attributes and everything. But yeah, reading manuals is a lost tradition, I guess. But yes, the first manuals. The Diablo 2 manual, I read that a lot. Nowadays though, if you get the game on Steam or you download it directly to your Xbox and PlayStation as well, I guess, I'm not sure. Sure there is, I'm sure you have access to the manual, but reading it on the screen is just not the same thing. Really is not. Alright, thank you for the information about the diseases. We'll come back and read more about them. I'm just happy I know how to cure them. Oh crap.
hurry up before I change my mind.
The shrine is not even accessible here. That's very annoying. I want to restore all attributes. That's what I want. I could try to charge my spell to make it more effective. Endurance is still low. Endurance is 24. This spell normally restores 2. Let's see if charging will get me 3. Because charging is only really useful after 24, 26. Yeah, charging didn't help in that case. Because it's the result is rounded up or down. Jeez. I must have taken some serious hit. So every time you get hit, you can take some trauma damage. $35. 37. Okay, how much? How many points did I have? It wasn't that bad. There you go. Paper books. Kindle is nice too. I mean, it is great, actually. And Kindle is better in the way that it's still something that you're holding like that, so it still feels like you can be in your sofa or you can be wherever you like to read. But reading on a computer screen while you're sitting at your desk. So it's not exactly. Here we go. Okay. It's not really that enjoyable. Okay, I have sold. I should sell that, by the way, because I don't have a second one for Jiub. We could get another one though. Alright, we want to kill those guys in the... Yes, Jiub, you've discovered doors. Well done. There's an NPC over there. I'm not sure the Gwar will attack. Unless it's diseased, it won't. The NPC might be an outlaw, though it could be a trader or even a companion. Not that we need one right now. That's what I said before. Since NPCs run forward, they get bonus to inflict crippling strikes. On low level, your stats will be damaged a lot. True. And like I would need... Actually, I do have a shield spell. I'm sure. Didn't I? Didn't I have a shield spell? Open Sesame. I do not. I mean, I do have a small shield enchantment there for 5 points. Oh, kinetic barriers, because the name is different. I really should try to make use of it a lot more. This one is a level 1 knight. What do you think, Jiub? Think we can take him on? We might have a cuirass that we need. Ah, we're not exactly wearing the same bracers. Sorry about that, Jiub. How long does that last? 30 seconds. 20 seconds. I wasn't sure if he was invisible, you know, like the torso was missing, but I think he's just wearing armor that is roughly the same color as the sky. Gotcha! Oh crap, no, did not get you. Okay, thank you, Jiub. You got him. Oh crap. Oh crap, Jiub. Just like that. I could kill the first one, but I think we can. Oh, did I use that recently? I did, and I haven't rested enough. I mean, I could use that as well for a minute. So that would apply to both fights. Problem is, Jiub just rushed into that fight when really what we need to do is retreat, recover, catch our breath, heal up, and then decide if we want to go for the other fight. But Jiub is like crazy. All right, kinetic shield. Here we go. Maybe if I approach this guy from here. And then that.
You in.
Jiub, come. I think they're chasing us. Look at me, backpedal like nobody's business. Alright, let's catch our breath. Alright, at least Jiub didn't rush to you. There's still one trying to get to me. If it's only one out of the two, then I'm pretty pleased. Okay, where is that one NPC? My dog's so hit. Oh, you're stuck there? You got it. Okay. Back off, Jiub. No, back off, Jiub. Come. Hopefully I have enough magicka to tell him to come to me. No. Crap, Jiub. The things you made me do. Obviously, 4NM does make the game more challenging, but also really interesting because you really need to think through what you're doing, which I'm not doing most of the time. But having a companion that doesn't care about anything certainly makes things a little harder. I've drank a potion to restore my fatigue. You got her? Wow. There seems to be one more enemy trying to get to me. But before something nasty happens... Oh crap, you're in the water. Let's get our stuff. Nordic iron, not for us, but pieces of chitin, that is good. It does feel that way, Murmur. It's especially at low level, it's challenging, but then everything that feels like it's extreme, there is a corresponding perk that makes it a lot better. Which is why you need to use the perks and you need to be aware of them, and you need to know what's going on and really read the manual. Definitely know what's going on, but your pack building spell should really be low, and it really should have. I think it's because I haven't activated the speed calculations from 4NM. The rule's simple. If you see someone with a claymore or a war axe, any two-handed weapon basically. Two-handed weapons are nasty. Jiub. Fine, Jiub. Maybe I can just use this up for starters. That actually did the trick. Alright, do we have anything we can... I'm gonna ask you to take these weapons for now. And I'll... Ooh, Imperial Newt Scale. If only I could get a second one. Because that would be... Well, that's... Okay, Imperial. That would be really nice. We need a second one. Wolf boots, also nice, better than the chitin we have, but only one pair. Boiled, that's good. That's something we can wear. Of course. I'm overburdened, aren't I? No, not even. I'm just stuck here. Okay. Here we go. Alright, we could go in there, get some extra loot, but seeing as we're overburdened, sorry, and our house is just on the other side, we just drop things there. Attack fatigue consumption depends on your endurance, weapon skill, and encumbrance level. My goodness, Tech Wizard, you're like really, really well informed about the workings of 4NM. Good. Educate us. I do feel it's a mod that deserves to be played by more people. Even though it takes work to play it. Attack fatigue consumption depends on your endurance, yes, weapon skill, encumbrance level, and many fewer things. Yeah. That much I knew. So obviously that's why I'm going back to my house, because when you're fully burdened, like... I can wait until my stamina is back off, but I jump once, being burdened like that. Let's do this. I'm running and jump once, twice, and that's it. So don't be overburdened. It's the simple solution. Though obviously when you're out and about collecting loot, you just want to collect loot and keep on running. I quite like the approach of Skyrim, where when you carry too much, you can still move, but only very slowly. I'm quite pleased with the new exterior of my little cave. If I say so myself. I don't have any more hammers though. There's a collision here somewhere. Oh, we'll put that dirty water to boil. And we could even make tea afterwards. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, now I do have a number of pieces of light armor. My Bastion didn't have much. There is a smith there. Hopefully we can get a set. We'll see how it goes. Also, 4NM and BTB combination is everything I ever wanted from the game. Also, major slowdown should occur when you're overburdened and run these mobs. But for some it doesn't for you. Like, it's not for everyone, you mean. So armor will have major effect on the gameplay. Obviously, at level 1, if you decide to go with heavy armor, if you don't have the strength and the endurance to go with it, that's what's happening with my permadeath character. We're level 1. We have a few pieces of iron armor, I think, and we're like almost completely overburdened just with the armor we have on our back and the weapon, and that's it. Fortunately, we're not running 4NM for the permadeath, and so we're just slower, but we're not as handicapped as we would be here I will look into BTB, Necros edition. Okay. We're a little wet. It's no big deal. No big deal, because we did go in the water. Nothing to grill. Come on. Surely a couple of korma eggs. Though we can eat them raw. We shall be grilling diseased meat. No, don't grill diseased meat. Regular rat meat, we'll give that to actually diseased rat meat. We'll give that to our dog. He doesn't mind. There's a very strong immunity. There we go, ash yams. That's good to grill. Hash yam and a steak. Really struggling to keep some magicka, aren't I? Was there a tea that helps with magicka? It might be worth looking into. Alright. And what did I say? The item, the sound of for the item is just not great, but never mind. Okay. I can't add herbs to the water. Fair enough. 3%, 6%. Just need to keep an eye on it. I played with Ashfall and one night I left a pot of stew on the fire. Next night I came back and the pot was gone. Not sure if it's a glitch or if it was a conflict with another mod. It was like someone was hungry and made off with it. I love when that happens, you know, when there's a... It's clearly not intended, but it actually adds to your story. So I really like that. It's not ready yet. Water's boiling. I love that the nutrition goes up. Like when the meat is cooked to perfection, it feeds you more. Obviously, if you burn it, you can still eat it, but it's not going to feed you as much. Also, not as enjoyable. No, I'm looking at the meat. I've burnt my meat too often, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Also, in the meanwhile, I'm catching my breath. I'm slowly restoring some magicka, which is good. We need that. I did not realize the ash yams were going to cook faster. I go with the default timescale setting. I'll have a look because I'm not sure. I haven't tweaked it. Come on, come on. There we go. Oh, that looks good. It's at 20 right now. Yeah. I haven't changed it. The only thing that I've changed a little bit, I've reduced the tiredness setting. I found like it was quite frustrating that I would sleep for 8 hours, you know, nighttime, that's fair. But then I would get up, run around for 10 minutes and be tired or not be fully rested, and that annoys me, really. You have to swap your keyboard. Were you typing? Oh yes, I see. Don't worry. It's for me, keyboard is quite it's a lost cause, because when I teach French, my keyboard is a QWERTY. It's a QWERTY UK keyboard, so punctuation is still different from other QWERTYs. And hello, person. She's a companion. No interest. But then when I teach French and I want to type French and I need all the accents and stuff, I tell my computer to go to the French AZERTY, but it still shows QWERTY, and I type and I don't look at what I'm typing. I would type a whole sentence and then I look up and I go, yeah, that makes no sense. Hello. I have a number of pieces of armor, and I'm really hoping that between the ones I don't need and the ones that I do have, I can make a set.
Welcome. You are among friends. What can I get you?
Imperial chain, I mean, that's not for us. For example, oh, this is good. And cheap, I'm buying it anyway. Alright, first off, the things that I do not need. Steel club, steel dagger, not for us. Didn't I have some iron armor or something? Like Nordic, there it is. Alright. How about an extra septim? Nice. You did the same? I don't know why it happened, but GMST menu overwrites all of the GMST mods I run. Maybe that's why encumbers don't affect in any... you mean Murlord GMST mods? I would assume because it's applied last, isn't it? So... But then again... I don't think I installed it on this one. Oh, I did install it. Now, are these the default values, or is it showing the values as they are modified by my game? I'm not sure. We'd need to do a proper comparison to be sure. Dirt Network Philip, hello, welcome on in. I don't know, Tech Wizard, have you like tried do some comparison to see the default values, see how it is with 4NM, and then see how it is with the GMST menu added on top of it? Right, now I've sold everything that I know I want to sell, which is not a lot, but...
Are you interested in purchasing something?
Yes, I could. You don't have a second one like that, unfortunately. Nordic Fur Left Pauldron. You actually have a second one, so I could get 2 sets of left pauldrons. Nordic Fur Left Gauntlet. Now we both have pauldrons and gauntlet. Or Imperial 1225. I sell this one. Yes, if you had a newt scale, I would really appreciate that. You do not, but I'm keeping it. Dwemer boats, not for us. Chitin, that would be lovely if we could afford. Chitin, we have 1 chitin left pauldron for armor 31, and the one we currently have 25. So we buy a chitin left pauldron. We do not buy the Nordic Fur left pauldron, and we can sell the other one. This is complicated, this shopping for 2. This is complicated. You have the Daggerfall. Yeah, I added this one. It's quite recognizable, isn't it? The chaos, there's a number of like if you just say things related to Morrowind and to a greater extent to the Elder Scrolls, you're gonna see all kinds of little icons. My favorite is when you type sexy. You know what it is. Why shopping for two? Oh, because we are playing as Giub. We are Jiub's twin brother, and one of the self-imposed handicaps is that we have to look the same at all times. Which is why I cannot wear anything unless I have a second item for Jiub. Just, you know, something to play the game a bit differently. Okay, however, we didn't get, we'll keep that boiled netch. Like, that would be nice if we could finally, no. If we could finally have a cuirass, but we have netch leather, he's got only one of them. But you know what? That's pretty good. We now have some pauldrons. However, I don't think I can change anything there. The wolf boots are really good, but the odds of getting a second pair, really low. I could get, there we go, something else to repair things with.
Day to go shopping, Outlander.
Jiub, brother, I was shopping and I got us some gorgeous stuff. Look at that. And that. That's it though. That's it. I'm gonna run to Ariel and Sadanin because it's nearby and we can kill a few more cliff races on the way, which is always, you know, a plus. See if we can find either a boiled netch or an Imperial Newt scale. Maybe even pauldron. Okay. We're starting to look like something. Armor 11. We're like basically protected. Ish. We'll see. It is a lot harder. I'm doubling my message. GMSs go back to default value when I use the GM Sim and new mod, no matter where it is in the load order. I mean, yes, but that's the thing. Sorry, I didn't express myself clearly. Because it's a Lua mod, it doesn't have an ESP, and that's one of the things that are still a bit puzzling to me. Okay, I can troubleshoot when I have my list of mods, and I can load them in a good order, and I can tweak them, and I know what's happening. With Lua, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I do know that whatever is modified through Lua files is gonna happen after the ESPs. From what I can tell. But I don't know if there were two Lua mods that through scripts modified the same thing. I don't know how it's gonna work. Is it alphabetical order? Is it... I have no idea. No idea. So we'll see. T-Fadge. TF? I'm not sure. Tell me what's best for you. Did you update the mod list according to the actual presets? I'm not entirely sure what you mean, but I made a mod list specifically for this character. Yes, if that's what you meant. There's a mod that lets control a party in this. The twin just works. Yeah, he's just... where is he? Jiub? Oh, there he is. He's just a companion. You can have a Jiub companion either when you install Outlaws, that's my own mod, or if you use CM Partners, which I have modified and incorporated into Outlaws, so you can have either. Or if you know your way around the construction set, you just get Grumpy's template for a companion, and just change the face and the hair and the name and the class and the level of the companion you want, and you have one. I'm a modder. Yes, I am. Yes, I am indeed. Modding the environment. So you mean what I see, like the fog and the sky and the lighting and everything? Yes. I did not mod it extensively. I went with my shaders, are pretty much the basic shaders you get with the graphic extender. Sorry, I added 2, 3, maybe 3. I have the one to make the fog a little blurry. I think it's a little heavier on the FPS, but I don't like it when in the distance it's crystal clear. I prefer when we have a bit of a blur for the fog. So this one I have it even though it costs a few FPS points, I think. And then I have another one, you see it a little bit. It's a very old shader. It's called Old Photo. And so it adds sort of a little sepia filter. So everything is a little more, like, has that older look. And it also adds a little vignette around. So I've tweaked it so that it's not too strong and it's very subtle. In fact, the vignette most of the time you don't really see it. So I've modified that a little bit. Outlaws is a must-have mod. Why, thank you. I think so too, but then, I made it. To be fair though, the only reason I made it is because I liked MCA, but not all of it. I liked Starfire, but I also wanted enemies. There's also Bandits of Vvardenfell and the whole styles that add enemy and everything. But I didn't like the drops. They were always the same and it was, yeah. So anyway, I took what I liked from all these mods and then made my own, so I didn't create much. I only manually created the 3000 NPCs to make sure that the demography would be right, that about half of them are Dunmers, like the proportion of the race. And I spent so much time doing that, which now that I'm killing them, I don't even pay attention to their race, but never mind. I spend a lot of time making sure that half of the outlaws would be Dunmers, because half of the people in Vvardenfell are Dunmers, and then 10% Khajiit, 10% Orcs, and I don't remember, but like I did some research and anyway, so that was fun. And Hold It, I like Hold It too. It's one of my very first mod, and I will forever be disappointed I didn't get my little moment of glory there. Planet Elder Scroll closed down when Hold It was this close to making it to the Hall of Fame. I don't remember the requirements. It was a number of downloads. There was maybe it was just a number of downloads, but I was very close. And then no more Planet Elder Scrolls, so I never got the Hall of Fame badge on my mod. So sad. It's not, really. It would have been nice to have it, obviously. But hey, you know what? It's thank you, Easy, and welcome back. Thank you for the honor. I like me some honor. So Hold It I like. A Bard's Life. I have reinstalled it in my permadeath because I miss it. I love playing as a bard. It's my favorite class. Except in Morrowind, you do have the bard class, but you cannot really roleplay as a bard. Or you need to have a lot of imagination, and I kind of don't have enough imagination to enter a cell and then in my head go, okay, now I'm walking to the stage, and I pull my loot out and I play it like I need the game to give me some of that. But I really want to rewrite it. Especially the most important thing that I want to change is simplify all the spells and make use of the script extender to have a proper music skill. So that's something I want to do. I'm still going to have to ask for help with the scripting because I can't do that. not at all, not one bit. I also really like Merlord's Bardic Inspiration mod. And he wants to update it, also presumably to add a music skill. So I would really want for the two mods to work together. So my excuse for not updating A Bard's Life is that Merlord has not updated Bardic Inspiration. There you go. So Okay, hang on, because I was so into my monologue right there. I like staff agency as well. It's not very popular, which is fine. I mean, I like it. And originally, my first 5 mods ever, including staff agency, Hold It, and then some other furniture mod that was on Planet Elder Scrolls and now is long gone, and that's no big loss. But that's because I wanted my house, and in my house I wanted to have NPCs, but I wanted them to do something. And there were already a lot of houses or house mods where you had a merchant with 5,000 or 10,000 gold and he would sell you everything, and you had a cook that would sell you bread, and you had like all kinds of NPCs, a smith that would repair your armor and everything. But but they're not doing anything. And if they are my employee, then I pay them regularly, but then they do things for me, right? So that's how I was like, okay, I need to find a way to make my employees look like they're doing something. So holding something, I made Hold It. And say, okay, now I want them to perform services for me. So I made staff agency. And then I made my house, which I still need to finish one day. Making my house, making Pegasus Estate is how I started modding, and I swear this is how I will end modding. The day I finish that house is the day I will stop playing Morrowind and modding it all together, I think. So we'll see how it goes. Again, you are missing a lot by overwriting GMC value, but game can be tedious with a modified one. I like Hostile because of custom spells they have. Like Hostile, I really like it. The problem for me was that the loot, it was like a potion, an ingredient, a couple of weapons, and armor. And I didn't like the fact that they were given random armor. So if it was a warrior and there he was wearing a edged leather, when iron armor that is worth the same thing would be better for him. So with Outlaws, that's one of the things I was super careful. Like the way I decided on the inventory of the NPCs was based on their skills. So anyone, like I checked for each of them, what is your strongest weapon skill? It's long blade. Here's a long blade. What's your best armor? Heavy armor. Here's heavy armor. So it took a while, but it was fun. So the Outlaws, even though they're level 1, for example, that warrior that we had, he was wearing stuff that he can make the most out of. And the loot, I needed the loot to be different. And also the fact that the Outlaws would, like, you would pass by a cave, boom, there would be 4 of them. And then you would go to town, sleep, rest, do a couple of quests, come back the next day, boom, 4 new Outlaws or Hostiles. So I was also very careful with the level list to have them spawn in a great number of places around the roads and the bridges and close to the caves, of course. But the odds of something spawning is like 5 to 10%. So it's not like every time I go to this crossroad, there's going to be someone. Because also, the hostiles at the beginning, super challenging. But then when you're strong, it's like free loot waiting for you. So I try to balance that my own way. And the GMSTs, I mean, I'm pretty sure these are the 4 NM's GMSTs. I would need to double check with the documentation, actually. Because for sure, the modifications in 4NM are going to make the game a lot harder. The random character mode sounds like something I would do for Pathfinder, going above and beyond just for flavor. I absolutely adore doing a random character. If you have a look on my blog, I'm still catching up with the chat, guys. Please hang in there. On my blog, I do have an article for a full random where you randomize your character, you randomize your goals, you randomize your handicaps, you randomize the loot and all kinds of things. I absolutely adore doing a random challenge. It can be sometimes, I mean, you guys, you've been there. Sometimes you create a character and you go like, I don't know what to do with this guy. Major skills, long blade 5. And you go, yeah, I don't know what to do. I can't make sense of that guy. Or sometimes something magical happens and it's like it all comes together. And even though it's completely random, it just works. And the things happening in the game fit with the backstory that you build in. I just really like that. You still remember being on Planet Elder Scrolls? I loved it. Planet Elder Scrolls, that was the place that I checked every day. That being said, Quicks, I don't think that a lot of mods were lost. They are on Morrowind modding history. Like, Morrowind modding history just grabbed everything from Planet Elder Scrolls. So normally, if it was still on Planet Elder Scrolls when it went down, it is on Morrowind modding history. It's just the search engine is really not good. So you have to, like, modding history, you need to know what you're looking for. It's not something that you browse like you would do on the Nexus, for example. But normally it's still out there. And yes, that was SO music. We have, for this install, it's all kinds of all Elder Scrolls music, including online and composition by Jeremy Song. So I find that they all fit nicely. Can you confirm that I would be quite interested to know if indeed I'm not playing with the values from 4NM. I started Staff Agency with the pretty heads, and halfway through I changed to vanilla. Do not do this. No, they totally disappeared. And the pretty heads, like I changed it after a while. They are heads from Wesley's because they're just so gorgeous. And I used the modeling agency heads. However, I did not realize, and it's completely my fault, I also use Wesley's Korean's hair. So I looked at the README for Korean's hair, and I looked at the perms and said, you can use in your mod as long as you credit. I was like, brilliant. So I was like, Wesley is cool with his mod being used in other mods. But I didn't realize that the heads, because that's something that he was drawing himself. And this, I didn't have perms to use it. So I used it just assuming that everything from Wesley was good to use. And then later on, when I realized that it was not, I changed and used heads that were indeed modders' resources. So yeah. Yes, like I found that the loot for the host tiles was not working. And then if you had a mod, at the time when I played with the host tiles, I had either... What did I have? Either Helva and or Enhanced Economics that on their own are okay, though not super balanced. And so my host tiles would actually have some amazing gear. So I got all of my incredible gear way sooner than I should have. But that's because of the way my mod list was working. But even without it, the loot was not what I preferred. I don't know if I said the player haven't set through it, but whatever GMST it edits, it will overwrite any ESP ESM plugin for sure. Yes. That's what I was saying, that anything modified through Lua is going to take precedence over anything in an ESP. I know there is a lot of mods saved in Morrowind mod. Yes, like all Elder Scrolls, Planet Elder Scrolls should be there. Should be there. Anyone remembers head you get by being vampire and werewolf at the same time? But you can't, unless it's modded, of course. Unless it's modded. So I don't know. I've never been both at the same time. I've only been a werewolf like in one playthrough. That's it. I've only completed, would you believe it? I've completed the main quest twice in my life. Blood Moon once, and Tribunal, never. Never completed Tribunal. I went as far as Sothisil's place.
Feel free.
That's
Talk
it.
at your leisure.
Lady's Grace, please. Alright, Ariel. We're friends, you and I. He loves me. A danger to society. Welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. Alright, you have stuff like chitin right. Good stuff. Would you have some newt scale? I would so love to have some newt scale. You do not. That's really what I was hoping to get. But we can sell the clothing we don't need. We're not gonna make a fortune selling rags, but money is money. I don't need a gemstone, and that's quite valuable. Oh yes, because now that. How much is it? 130 and I make 76 out of it. I can sell that. I have one at home. Inflict minor wounds. That would be a destruction spell and I cannot cast them. So I'm still going to learn it if I can. Oops, my Daedric alphabet needs to be, you know, not even fixed, just added somehow. And there's a glitch even in vanilla where you can be both. You will get the most ridiculous distorted default face, half of which turned inside out, and the body of a werewolf. Oh, that's creepy. I know that the werewolf head is set as an Argonian head. So sometimes if you're not careful, if you randomly assign heads to Argonian NPCs, they could have the werewolf head. That it's not upside down, but it's front, back, front, maybe. But for vampire and werewolf at the same time, I was not aware. No. Congrats on the double, Quicks.
Welcome, welcome. You are among friends. What
Yeah.
can I get you?
I want to sell things, like sell all of it so that I can barter a little bit. This is extra. They're goods, but they're good. Not goods. Oh, actually, no, they're worse. They're worse than chitin. Okay, so selling them, no regrets. Extra septim, please. Thank you.
I'm sure we can work out a fair price.
Yeah. Chitin right pauldron, please.
My prices are the best.
Oh, I didn't check. Boiled netch. Please have some boiled netch. It's so basic.
See something you like?
Maybe. Darn. Doesn't have boiled netch. Okay, next time. Helmet of Sleeper's Bone. Oh, yes. I gave them a batch of flint and they gave me this helmet. Now, people come out to see, to me and look at the helmet made of bones. That's this one. It's a gift.
On your back.
Well, we're not gonna take it. It's not a gift to us. Alright, a bit disappointed we couldn't get a cuirass, but never mind. In the Xbox version of the game with Tribunal installed, the assassin only starts at level 6. That is good. That is one of the problem with the PC version where they attack you straight away, and of course you can just farm them for rather expensive gear. Another thing in Fortnite is the skill fatigue. If you will trade and use speechcraft a lot, it won't go up at all until you do some alchemy and enchanting. It's so bad though, because it prevents you from playing styles. Hang on. You mean you're talking about my fatigue there? If you trade and use speechcraft a lot, it won't go up at all until you do some alchemy and enchanting. Which... I don't follow Tech Wizard. Explain to me again, please. In the meanwhile, we've done what we needed. Skill fatigue is modifier for skill raise. Okay. So if you're completely exhausted, but that's for anything, right? If you're completely exhausted, you just don't benefit from your skills as much. Yeah, we took care of the Bitter Coast. It is currently, and for a very short time I'm sure, Cliff Racer free. We did this. We did this. We want to do that. Down with the cliff races. It's the goal. It's the goal. We have killed the young ones. We're on the way to killing the disease cliff racers. The others, we need to level up for them to appear. I mean, if you trade a lot in a row, it won't go up at all. You need to... Oh, I see. So you can't cheese it up in one trading session. It's fine because I only do... Like, I can't barter all that much. I can only do one septim at a time if I'm lucky and if it's high enough. I need